Hello Internet! Welcome to the Philip DeFranco Show, the show where I talk about all the stuff that mattered to me today, which is Tuesday, November 16th, 2010. First thing up, congratulations, Arizona! Not only do you have awesome gun laws that allow you to shoot a robber running from your house, but you have also become the 15th state to legalize medical marijuana. Now, to some of you good old boys in Arizona, you might be feeling a little anxious right now, which is good because change is scary. But do not fret. To deal with that anxiety, you should smoke some marijuana. I just want to see that. In awesome news, if you like cool shit, I'm a fan. Two very cool things. One, the Beatles finally have all their stuff on the interwebs, specifically not the torrent websites, but iTunes, which if you know anything about the licensing rights situation with Beatles music, is an awesome thing. And I spent an embarrassing sum of money this morning on that. But then a news that could rival the coolness of the Beatles on iTunes. Mark Twain. Remember him? No, you were sleeping during English class? Mark Twain, of course, the famous author that wrote Huckleberry Finn and The Others. Not the movie The Others, just like other books, just to clarify. And the cool thing with Mark Twain is that he wrote an autobiography. But one of the things was he didn't want it released for 100 years. He wanted to say some things in his book that he couldn't say at the time because him, his family, his loved ones would have felt the repercussions. And I'm geeking out on this almost as much as I'm geeking out on Assassin's Creed, but in a more intellectual way. But the reason this is so cool is you're essentially taking someone, an amazing person from a different time period, and you're throwing their story, their mindset into a completely different world. A world that never knew a Mark Twain who was alive. It kind of feels like we found an ancient man who was like frozen in ice, and we de-thawed him and he's able to speak. That's what it feels like. And so today, being the 100th year, they've released the first volume of his autobiography, which is 3 volumes and I think about 2,000 pages. So cool stuff, unless you hate reading. Then you probably don't care about this. In interesting science news, it turns out that people that are overweight smell food better. That was the result of the study. Now, they don't know if it's because they are surrounded by food more often, hence their nose can break the saturated fats and the calories, and they can smell, or if because of their heightened sense of smell, they eat more, because they get a more enjoyable experience. Kinda cool, and maybe gives big people an excuse, or it's science's way of saying you're enjoying that pizza a little bit too much, fatty. Oh, science. There was also another study that relates back to Arizona. New study shows that weed is actually bad for you. And what they mean by that is during cognitive tests. So essentially, people that are chronic weed smokers, otherwise known as stoners, are much slower and unsuccessful at tasks than their non-stoner counterparts. Science has essentially discovered that when you smoke marijuana, you get high. Thanks, science. What would we do without you? In a story that updates yesterday's previous story about the TSA, those scanners that apparently do not save pictures of your naked body or your naked body's outline. Hundreds of pictures have been leaked to the web of the device being used. And it's not even like a cell phone picture. They are scans that were saved. So, moral of that story, liar! And of course, our Tuesday douchebag of the day is a guy who was released from jail, and the jail has this system put in place where they give you a check, they give you some money to help you get your life started. So the man was like, I like this check, but maybe I'd like more. And through his douchebaggery, he actually got other checks. And he started just using the account like it was his own, which has now resulted in him going back to jail, which is what happens when you are a stupid douchebag. So main moral of that story, if you're gonna be a douchebag, don't also be stupid. Good rules to follow. Also, in something political, but not really political, Obama acted awkward in front of a Japanese android. Most likely because she was wondering where her change was. In other news, Britney Spears actually looked hot today. Good job, Brit. The only reason I bring this up is Britney Spears looks either insane, retarded, or awesome. Depending on the day, the lighting, the sheer number of paparazzi. It's much better than the picture I saw last week, which was captioned, "Must get spoon in mouth." Made me giggle. But guys, that's really all that mattered to me today. Of course, if you want to check out any of the stories I talked about today, which also include the videos or pictures I couldn't put in the video, or any of the other new awesome videos out today, there are a few. Click those links in the doobly-doo down below. And of course, I do want to leave you with a Tuesday question of the day, but I hit it somewhere in this video. So if you saw it, let me know down below. And of course, as always, my name is Philip DeFranco, and you've been filled in. And also, happy birthday. And I'll see you tomorrow.